This conference will now be recorded.
Are you done with your vaccination, Santosh? Santosh? Who are we missing? Is Samir joining this? Okay. What are we talking about? What topic we are discussing? Did anybody remember? Guys, am I audible?
Data lookup definitions.
Data lookup definitions is completed.
Yeah, thereafter I think update sets.
Updates is also completed. Very good. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. So I think today is a 10th session or 11th session.
10th, right, sir?
Okay. Access control list. So what is access control list? Okay, access control list is something using access control list using ACL. Okay, we can restrict permissions on the table level, module level, field level, and application level. Okay, so what is the hierarchy of ACLs? The very first thing that you need to understand, what is the hierarchy of ACL and what way it will be executed. Hierarchy will be first, your ACL access control list will check whether you have access to the table, you have access to the application level. Yes, once it is done, then it will let you access the table. Then once you're done with the access, then it will check what access you have, contextual security. What does it mean? We have a read access, write access, okay, delete access, create access. So create access, what access you have. Then it will look for the field level permissions. Field level permissions. Do you have access to all the fields or not? Then it will look for parent field. If it is is this a child table for any kind of parent? If it is yes, then it look for the parent table. Do you have access to all the parent table? Again, do you have access to contextual? What access you have? Read, write, create, or delete. Then it will look for the field level permissions. right? So there's a hierarchy. First, it will check for the access on the table. Once it is done, table, then the contextual read write, then look for the field level, then it look for the parent, then it look for the read write access, right? Then it look for the field level permissions. Okay, this level of access, the condition, the interview question, people will definitely ask you this: what is the hierarchy of ACLs? Right now, remember one thing. Point number one: whenever a table created, whenever a table is created, right, there will be 4 access controls created. 4 access controls will be created. What are they? Read, write, create, delete. These are the 4 access controls that must and should will be created when a new folder, new table is created. Okay, this is one thing. Right now, let's look into the use cases now. What is the access control list, and what is the hierarchy of access control list, and what controls will be created by default. Okay, then we can also create a custom controls there. Okay. Okay, now let me ask you this. I'm an admin. In order to write ACL, what permission I need? What permission I need? It's the question.
Update.
What role I need? Okay, let me. Yeah, reframe the question. In order to write ACLs, what role I need?
Security underscore admin, elevated role.
Security underscore admin. Very good. Security underscore admin is a role that I require in order to write ACLs. Very good. Now, let's talk about a use case now. Okay. Create an application called employee information module. Sorry. Employee information. Employee information and provide access to some user, below user. Okay. So what should I do? I'll just go ahead and create a table here. This is part of Narayan institutions. Okay. Part of Narayan institutions and here. Okay. Employee information is created. Fair enough. Let's design this form for a moment. choice. Okay, I've created a field, right? I've created a table, and this table have seen these many fields. Okay, now first, before I go into ACLs, I wanted to write India, USA, UK here. So how do we write? What do we do? This country, instead of choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, I wanted to have India, USA, UK. What will I do usually? It's a question.
Right click on country, configure, and we can write over there.
Right. I click on this, configuration, right? Configure dictionary. Okay. And come down in the choices. You will edit the choices. Is that right? Click it.
Yes, sir. It is correct.
Yeah. ServiceNow, we use redundancies. Okay. What is redundancies? Once you created this, you don't have to recreate it. You can reuse it. Okay. You have an option to reuse it. For example, we already have this India, USA, UK, where in the student information. Yes, in the student information, I already have India, USA, UK here. Can I not use this instead of me creating it? And let's see how. Right? How would I do that is go to employee information, employee, country, configure dictionary, right? Advanced view. Come down. Student information. What field? Student country. Right? So what we are saying is, hey, country field from employee information. Okay. I'm not going to create these three new. Do one thing. Use the choice options from student country from student table. Right? Use the choice options from student country field from student table. Right. Yeah. India, USA, UK. Similarly, I'll do the same thing here. Right? All good so far. Good. So country and city has come into picture. Okay. Now, right, what we need to do is, so what is our use case here? So we created a module called employee information, and we need to provide access to some user. Okay, who is our user? Somebody. right? This user. Okay. Now tell me, how can I provide access to Savna and on employee information? What should I do? I wanted to provide access to Savna on employee information. What will I do?
In that role, we can go and add the user.
What role? Yeah, good, very good. What is the role?
In that employee information, there was one role tagged to that employee information.
Yeah, okay. So employee information. So what do you want me to do? Can you help me step by step process, please?
Can you click on employee information?
Yes.
That arrow, that pen sign.
Okay.
Is that one? You employee information user.
Perfect. Right. So what you're saying is you add this role and Savna will be able to access this thing. Right. Let me take a look. Right. Now I'm going to open this URL. Cognition more. Savna. What did we missed? See this? She don't have access.
We need to give to that business application also.
You need to give that.
Access to business application also.
Which application?
Narayan Institute.
Their administration. Very good. Right. So why she is not able to access employee information is because employee information is a module. Okay. You can't just provide access to a module, right? You need to give an application. It's like you have access to your kitchen, but you don't have access to your main door. Can you access your kitchen without you access to your main door? No, right? So you have to first go into the access the main door, then you will access the kitchen, right? The very first thing that you need to do is you need to provide access to Narayana institutions here. Okay. And now see student information user. Yeah. Now we see employee information. But you know, surprisingly, I also able to see student information stuff. Why I'm seeing the student information?
It is a module under Naranya institution, I think.
If the same role is assigned to the Narayana institution also have the same role. And if you see student, it is also having the same role, right? It is also having the same role. That's why we are able to see that. This is called role-based access controls, which we called as RBAC. Not only ServiceNow, you take any of the solution, RBAC is a very important thing. What is RBAC? Controlling the access using the rules. Okay. What is RBAC? Controlling the access using the roles. That is RBAC. Okay, controlling the access using the roles is RBAC, right? Now, that is RBAC, right? So we are able to satisfy that. Very good. Now, I have another use case. Okay, what is my other use case here is I have a user called HR and I have a user called employee, right? So HR and employee. Who's the HR? Somebody. I will log this off. Okay. We have some. Okay, let's choose somebody else. I have a user called Janice Tweet. She's a HR. An employee called Ellen is an employee, right? Janice Tweet is the HR and employee is and Ellen is an employee. Now the use case is, let me reset this password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So what is the use case here is currently whoever have access to employee database, okay, employee database was able to access anything, was able to do anything, okay, in employee information. Okay, now I don't want employee to have access, have write, modify, update, delete, create permissions on employee information table. Instead, they should have only read access. But all my HR should have full rights on employee information because that's its job responsibility. Employee information. Okay. This is the use case. What is the use case? I don't want employee to write, update, delete, create permissions on employee information. Okay. What is that point? What does it mean? Here is simple, straightforward, right? If employee Ellen search logged in, they should only have a read access. If Jan is logged in as a HR, she should have a full right. That's a use case. Okay. How do we solve this? First, let's provide access to Janice and Eldon on employee information. Okay, how do I do that? I will just go roles. Underscore employee information user. Student underscore. Yeah. Right? Done. Okay, so now save. Right, employee information, she have a new access, she can create a new record, fair enough, and she can submit, she can update the existing record, she can delete the existing record, update, she can write anything. Perfect. Okay, now going into this fellow, Eldon, employee, right? He also currently what is, he's able to create a new record, and he's able to delete the existing record, and he's able to modify anything. Now this is what we need to restrict. What we need to restrict, right? So how do we do this? Right, always remember, what did I mention? Like, every time you create a table, there will be, every time you create a table, there are four roles created. What are they? 4 access controls will be created. What are they?
Read, write, delete, create.
Very good. Read, write, delete, and create. These are the 4 access controls that gets created. Okay. Now, read, write, delete, create. Okay. Let's go now. Go to employee information. What roles it has? Where can I see that is? If you right click, configure table. Go to controls. Create, delete, read, write. Okay. 4 access controls got created. Let me open them. See, I don't have access to them. Why? I don't have access to them. Why? Why I don't have access to them? I don't have activated a security underscore role, right? So now let me breathe. Okay, now I can able to access these 3 roles now, 3 or 4 roles, whatever. Okay. Now, what is your logic here, right? Remember, when a table created, listen to me carefully. When a table created, there is a role that's created. U underscore ABC. Let's say there is a table called ABC is created. What did I told you beginning? There is a role that automatically gets created, which is U underscore ABC. Yes. This role will help us to grant access to this table. Yes. Grant access to this table. Yes or no? Remember, the same role will be assigned. The same role will be assigned in all the 4 access controls. Right? You have a read, U underscore ABC role will manage this. You have write, U underscore, okay, U underscore ABC will manage, right? Something like this. U underscore ABC. You have delete, u underscore abc will manage. You have a create, u underscore abc will manage. Your intention was to provide access to some user on this abc table, but as soon as you add user to this u underscore abc role, what happens here is he will get access to read, he will get access to write, he will get access to delete, and he'll also get access to create. Getting a point? Why? Because all these access controls is being managed by this role. All these access controls will get managed by this role. Understood? Right? So as soon as you add u underscore abc to the user, he will get read access, write access, delete access, create access. What is my use case here? My use case is
Yes, sir. By default, all the 4 roles will be created.
yeah, right. So yes, you're right. So one role, now we will do everything. So what is my use case here? I will add u underscore abc, but I don't want a person to get all the access. U underscore abc, just let him. What is my use case here is if I add, right? So all the employees should have read access. All the HR should have full rights. Now to grant access, what do? You will add u underscore abc. As soon as you add u underscore abc, he will get everything. So what is the first thing that I need to do here is I will make sure if I add u underscore abc, he or she will get only access to application menu. That's it. Access to table. What access the person need to have is should not get decided by this role. This role is only this role. We are decreasing the role function. We are going to decrease the role functionality to now. If somebody will add it to u underscore abc, they should only get table access. They will be able to see the table in the left navigation. That's it. Once they click on the table, what access they should have, whether they should have a read access, write access, delete access, create access, will be defined by this thing, right? So now what I will do in this is I will create two more roles. What are my roles name? HR and employee, right? So who need write access? Whoever have the HR role,
HR
right?
role.
Whoever have the HR role should have a delete access, right? Whoever have the create access, whoever have the HR role should have a read access. Now who need a read access?
Employer.
Employee. Also
HR.
HR, because as long as you cannot read it, you cannot write, delete, create it, right? So now in each access controls, I'm going to remove this u underscore abc and add these rules there, right? So now automatically what happened, whoever have the HR role, they're automatically granted modify access, delete access, create access, and whoever have the employee role will get a employee access. Is that clear? So am I clear? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and do that now, right? So what happens here is, see now, this is the access control. Okay, Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Now create what role it is currently being managed? Employee information user, right? So I will say writer. Okay. So see now, write access is being managed by what role it is being managed? U underscore employee information user, right? And create U underscore employee information user. Delete U underscore employee information user and read U underscore employee information user. So that means whoever have the employee information role, right? Your intention may be different, right? So you just added this user, a person automatically get access to this thing. So you will just click on this and see, okay, I'm going to add U underscore employee information user to provide access to them, and he'll get everything. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to remove this, go to roles, create new two roles here. HR, and always remember, it is always recommended to write the description of the role. Do not just leave this something, right? Always maintain clear notes, right? So this role will provide a read, write, modify, and delete access on Narayana employee information table. Okay, right, submit. This role will provide read-only access to Narayana employee information table. Submit. Okay, there are two roles that I've created now, right? There are two roles that I have created now. So what I am going to do, add this employee, remove this role. What is this? Right. Who need right access? Employer, HR.
HR.
Simple, right? Whoever have the HR role will get right access on the table. What happened? Okay. Who need create access?
HR, sir.
Who need delayed access? Obviously, HR. Who need read access?
HR and employer.
HR and right. So now see this. Create HR. Create HR. HR. We just delete his HR. Read is something like this. Now see, to access this or this role, we are not going to change anything. We are not going to do any modifications on this role. U underscore employee underscore information user. This role will remain same. And this role will remain same, and within that it will change. For example, now you see, now that we changed everything in the structure, now if you go to this thing, right, employee information user, you will get an error message. See, these Eldon have only assigned with U underscore employee underscore information underscore user role. That role, what did I mention? We are limiting that role functionality, no? So now that u underscore employee underscore information role will only entitled to provide user access on the left navigation. If you add that role, what he will do, he will get only access, or he will be able to see the application in the left navigation. But when you click on that, nothing will happen. Instead, he will get this message: security constraints prevent access to requested page. Right? Similarly, everything goes similarly to this user. See now, right? Similarly, now what we are going to do, we are going to add this HR role to this particular user. Close everything here. Okay. See now. What happened? Okay. So now you see Janice tweet. She is able to access the new page. Okay. And she can also delete it, and she can also read it. She can also write it. Perfect. Now let's go provide access to LN. LN is an employee, right? See, do you see a new option here? There is no new option. Do you see update, delete? Nothing. Everything is read only. Everything is read only, right? So That's how we restrict the permissions. So if you feel that we are adding too many roles to end user and what is that happening here, it's simple. What you need to do is create this HR role is created, right? Just add this role to, okay, make your HR role as a parent. Right? What do you do? It just new underscore employee underscore information underscore user, new underscore student underscore information underscore user, right? So do it. What happens? So if we add HR, automatically a person will get access to the table, person will get access to the application level, and he will get access to this thing. Right? Similarly, you do the same thing for HR employee. Roles, employee, right? Again, you are making this as a edit. Employee information underscore user. Okay, underscore student underscore information user. Done. So now what happens if you add this employee role, automatically these two roles get added, right? So that's how we can streamline the use cases. Okay, any questions? That's one of this is about contextual security, right? So tomorrow we're going to have a field level access controls. How do we restrict a field level access control? How do we restrict access to specific field? I don't want you to access this field and me to access to also field. How do we do that? That we will write today. Yeah. Did we discuss about current?
No.
We didn't discuss about current. Huh? Oh. Okay. Okay then. Yeah. So we will talk tomorrow then. We will discuss the current and then we will move forward. Any other questions? Any questions? Okay. No questions. Let's wrap up. Thank you.